Is this crowd ready, folks? Make some noise!
Here we go. Players dropping out of the battle bus. The south, an almost top, bottom to top trajectory for the bus. Players jumping out very early. You see already floating over the water, trying to get as low as possible. We've got people spreading across to Paradise Palms. Less than I expected in that southwest corner to the northeast of Flush Factory. Maybe only 3 or 4 dropping down there. So it's going to be a slow, methodical start for those players. But in the bottom right there, you see Tifu pushing across. He's going to drop it at the gas station in hopes to establish himself a little buffer of loot. These southeast corners, typically you come out with quite a few materials if you're unchallenged. The trees and the rocks are key, plus the metal here. He's going after every single piece that he can. Metal for these competitive players is extremely important because early established fights, they have a lot of HP, 110. The second you place him down, Nick Merckx here in Tilted Towers. We've watched him here every time. I guarantee you he's going to drop here. As I said, his opponents that go tilted, they already know they're at least going to have to face him. And if they're watching the leaderboards from previous games, they know they're in for a fight against Nick.
And there are many players in Big Gray right now.
They'll look for the color of the wood platforms, and they'll find him.
Here's Astonish.
Hit the shot. There it is. Joshua going down a Lazy Lynx, and Astonish got to feel good about that one. Set to destroy a team that has been around for quite a while. A number of players here. JP2 from LG yet again. We had our eyes on him last match. He's, as we've seen, knocking out a ton of the
plus,
a lot of wood. That building courage. All those pallets, man. Yep. Yeah, you have so much material you're literally standing on top of. And that much wood, that's enough to push anybody aggressively, which is exactly what Nick might try and do here. Using the building already, that's established, but he's going to get up on top of his opponent. His opponent goes for the edit and misses it and pays the price. Nick Merckx getting himself his first elimination on Erico, who he only got the corner of that platform edited out. Was trying to drop in and escape, and it couldn't land it.
This was over in Risky Reels. Was that a hand cannon hit?
I believe it was. Are you kidding me?
Double hand cannon connects right there to get that elim. Talk about making some plays with style. Here's Kyle, can't get that engagement to go in his favor. That's Emad with a second elim already this game over at Snobby Shores.
Looking pretty good on his healing single mini, and those slurps are the value of those so good. But the whoa, Sloss.
He shakes his head like, okay. Right now, just trying to see exactly if he gets some free damage onto Rio. Rio has 200 health, now down to, 169. Grab that nade.
The defensive build. He saw the nade come in, the ramps, kind of to build a layer underneath him that he can elevate himself with and protect from the explosive damage. Now C4 says, I can do that too. Gets the shot and drops in. Rio's trying to push for the elimination on Dexter. Gets the shots and the drum gun. That blue drum is so powerful up close.
That's Rio's first elim, and look at Sloths. Moving, I don't like a sloth. Look at the impulse.
Spreading his wings, getting the elimination on Emil Marsha is
it's an impulse win right
like
there.
You said, you don't see a lot of players use the impulse nades, and I believe that's when Desser pushed in, maybe heard the impulse go off and say, okay, this guy is using something we don't typically see in competitive games. Blind pushing in, trying to get underneath his opponent, and does a great pistol. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Just as lethal as everything else in this man's hand. Blind showing exactly why people should have his eyes on him.
And right there, when you don't have things to replace the weapon with, that's why you pick up everything you run over, right? Because there he swaps to a gray pistol to get an elim in one of the most stacked lobbies you can have. Every little bit helps, and right there, Blind shows it off perfectly.
The entire playout of Emad's elimination on Kyle there. Now, Nick Merckx still in Tilted Towers. I'm not surprised, but there's a reason he's staying here. He basically has the layout memorized. Static and Lavish both moving around still in there, and there is a third party on the hill up top to the south, just kind of waiting and watching. They're still in the safe zone, and Nick doesn't even have to leave yet. He can stay here for yet another circle.
I'm going to tell you something. Nick has no intentions of ever leaving Tilted.
Absolutely not. Imagine if he gets kinged here. If Tilted is still in the zone, he's not going to leave that building. It sadly is not. He's going to have to move southeast in a second. Now tempo we've watched. Those clingers would drop the structure out from underneath his opponent. Looks like he did build a step away, and the triangle blocks tempo from the push up top. A good defensive build from Emad. Even though he lost the high ground, Emad still saved himself a little bit. Now tempo editing himself back down. He's trying to follow his opponent. Emad is trying to build up in tempo.
Oh.
Almost thought he was going to take some fall damage there. Catches himself inside the tree on the way down, and Emad falling down. Both of these players, looks like a third party is engaging. Emad's trying to track Tempo, who flies away. Says, I don't want to do this. I know somebody else is shooting. It's time to get out of here. The bounce pad coming in pretty clutch. And there's that third party that Tempo was tracking. Emad might have to deal with the situation now because when the structure came down, the bounce pad disappeared. And there's no get out of jail free card anymore. Emad might have to engage this, especially because there's just over 60 seconds before the zone is going to move. He does have 2 eliminations, which means if he gets Tempo right here, that is a point. Aggressive push, 140 from the shotgun and gets Tempo. Emad, 3 eliminations, gets himself a point.
You can't ask for much more from attack shotgun right there.
And
the chug jug,
the
and
GG.
the GG emote.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, just deciding to add some flair to that one. Bartnologist.
Oh, the body shot. Oh, wow, Muffins goes down quick.
110 damage with that purple bolt, showing just how good it is to carry those power weapons.
Bartnologist in the feed, who we were just watching, actually goes down to Chris. And right now, only 3 players, Emad, Tylers, and Dester, have 3 eliminations or more. They're all at 3 right now. That's 1 point apiece. Everybody else is at 2 or less. And Dester, actually, one of those players, is already eliminated. 1 point, though, you should still feel really good about that because that could get him into Monday.
There's basically only one way Jair loses this fight, and it's if his hunting rifle can hit a ridiculous shot. His opponent here is... You know, his opponent is so weak. So basically, Jair is in a brilliant spot to win this. Just can't let his opponent hit that hunting rifle shot.
Just barely canning up. The bounce pad to push away. The bounce actually pushes him out. Might go for the shot here on the fly. His opponent might potentially want to push up.
He only has 2 AR bullets. That's why he can't spray with the assault rifle.
Just waiting. He has enough HP here. He can wait. You can see his opponent actually fell all the way down. No fall damage from that. He caught himself with the build. He's going to push down, try and get this elimination before the storm takes out.
This is for a point.
You got to push to get this.
Oh, no way! Oh, no way! A terrible choke in Wheels, then dies to the storm.
That was his 3rd elimination. That's a point for Wheels.
Both of them going for a 3rd elim. Terrible, terrible end there. Here's how Nick Merckx goes down a beam from Ecstatic.
He does have to move, but he might be looking for another elimination.
He's looking for this 3rd elim. That's how he's playing this right now.
He's going for the point. Intelligent play here, to be quite honest with you. And he knowing that there's no shield on that opponent, you're going to see an aggressive push here. He does have a drum gun. You're going to see that thing come out in a second. The blue tack's going to be utilized up close. Here we go.
Risking it all. Going for it all. Can he get the elim? Yes, he does.
Kev goes down. That's a point for Ecstatic. We actually could hear some people cheering here.
Saka just staying alive for the moment. Here's Kayun again, low HP. Doesn't matter for him as he just gets that headshot again. The heavy shotgun showing its strength there.
Which means 4 headshots is an elim on a full HP, full shield player. That's so fast and it spits bullets so quickly that if you're accurate, easy elims. Now, Tyler's the only player still alive right now with 4 eliminations. Nobody has 5 yet. The 5 would put him at 2 points, which means there's a number of players. Actually, there's only 2 at 3 or higher right now. Kayun and Tyler's. Everybody else you saw there on the board at 2. And oh no! That's a big oops. Lining the guided up.
Looks like that guided went not where he thought it would go.
Point with a circle, probably not a good call.
This was Ecstatic.
Is at 4.
Who was right outside. We saw Ranger was going to gatekeep, not make it easy for him to get inside, and that's exactly what he did.
The southwest corner only has 1. Little boat here. We've seen Energy General put up some excellent plays in the past, but gets caught off guard. He's still coming away with just 1 point. Look at this. Gets the shot on Ranger. We saw gatekeeping earlier, but then dives the trap.
It's the most happy I've ever seen someone after getting trapped, and it's because that was his 3rd elim right there to earn him the point. So he'll take it. Crunch. Oh, this storm is chunking him right now.
10,
He's done for.
5.
He knows it. There he goes. Those late game storms. It's hitting for 5 right now. Next will hit for 7 and then 10.
Hysteria.
Falls victim there. Hysteria.
Hysteria versus Little Boat building on top of each other. A 3rd party getting taps. That again, the top of the hill. Those towers. They see you. They're taking shots. Now, we were talking about Chap a second ago. I saw it in the feed, but let's take a look at how it actually played out. Tyler's the window peek catches Chap off guard. He's trying to build up to get to the zone and couldn't get a wall to block the shots from Tyler's inside his little box there. A great timing play there. Now, I want to say, I think Hysteria didn't push. You were commenting on it earlier. if Hysteria knew there were two other players there potentially waiting for an engagement to happen and one of them take each other out and just wait to the last second, he knew there were still people alive. You didn't even hear the shots at the time, but you never know. Hysteria might also have been just like a fear lockup. Now this is the first zone move. Tyler's actually at 7 eliminations. So many high
just got
Elim players
sniped by a heavy sniper. You saw that. I believe it was that Vape Jesus who hit the shot? Here's Tyler's down with 7 elims.
3 points for him, basically guaranteeing a spot on Monday unless everybody else goes absolutely wild for the rest of the games. Yeah, so it's catches Sloth pushing up next to him from outside of the storm. Sloth might not even have known Tyler's was inside. That's 8 eliminations. We've only seen one other player, Courage, hit double digits. That was Animal yesterday.
Is this the heavy
shot from Bay Soldier?
Oh, this was the shot.
Blind, you can't sit up top.
Yeah, that was a Bay Soldier with that heavy sniper, the new addition. That does 157 damage to the body, 360 plus damage for the headshot. So basically, yeah, you're not living if that hits you. Hysteria still at 2. At this point, do you think he waits and hopes to just place top 10? Moving forward, 12 players left. The next 2 who drop will miss out on points.
Replacing the wall so he has control. The edit. Tyler's getting his 9th elimination. He maybe overheard us earlier saying eliminations do count for
drop
tiebreakers.
Next? JP2 drops next, which means we're at our top 10. Every player remaining just earned themselves 1 point.
That's gotta feel good for like Hysteria.
Can he get a second here with another elim? He's only got, one more wall he can build. I feel like he's just got to go for this.
The circle is kind of in his favor. If he had more materials, if he can get that elimination, not only is it a point, Horfy is probably the player you heard above him, but he'll get the materials that are left. Horfy actually just got lasered, almost eliminated there. You hear him popping minis.
Hysteria cannot build a single structure again. Tyler's still staying alive.
Didn't take a single point of damage.
Hysteria got the elim on the Rex.
That's 3
now for Hysteria.
That's 2 points in this game for Hysteria.
So Tyler's already has 9 elims, which means he gets +3, then +1 for the top 10. Horfy trades the elim onto Divine. Tyler's still moving. Could we see the clean sweep of a game for the first time, a full 6-point performance, if he can win this one? He hears so much around him, he doesn't even care.
That goes down the storm. 5 left.
Oh my goodness, is this the 10th elim? Can he match Animal? Yes, he does.
Bay Soldier, 4, almost ticked out. 1 more tick to the storm, he's gone.
3 campfires.
If this turns into a play for the against the Stormy, a med kit?
Jeez. Folks, Tyler's may clean sweep this game. He's going to be near the top amount of HP left in this lobby. 10 elims. You see him waving? He knows he's on camera right now. He knows we're showing love.
Cheeky smile. Now, 3 campfires Courage in competitive plays, gameplay, especially where it comes down to almost a heal off at the end, is crazy powerful. You'll see players put down floors right next to each other, place all the campfires simultaneously, and sit at the junction between the platforms, because then they're taking up multiple squares. They're getting a heal from all.
He just earned another point.
That's 5.
Tyler's now has 5 this game alone, folks. He's so close. Down to the top 2.
The speed of the edit to get through 1v1 situation. This could be 6 points for Tyler's if he gets the shot off.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is so insanely challenging to do. He's got the high ground now. He's popping minis.
He could go for the heal off.
He could absolutely go for a heal off. And look at how low on HP his opponent is, under 70 health.
Well, if Tyler's decides to go for this, go for the 11. It'd be the highest elimination count in any game we've had in the qualifiers. His opponent decides to shoot up from underneath. You see, he's doing it.
Okay,
he's
here we
building
go.
up the layers.
Ladies and gentlemen, this could be it right here. He's building himself high enough to be able to drop down a bunch of campfires to out-heal the zone.
His opponent knows. He knows that he can't out-heal this, and the expectation might be that he knows that
building more layers. He's trying to catch up to him. Tyler's keeps on going. When is it campfire time? When will he place them all down? He just keeps building up, keeps building more layers. His opponent can't catch him. I think it's time. It's time to place him down. 1, 2,
he's sitting
3,
right there.
and look at this. He's going to heal on up. Tyler's, for the first time this week, the 6-point game. There it is. Name for himself in this competitive scene. This was the final moment. Campfire, campfire, campfire. You sit right in the middle, and you get the benefits of healing from all 3. You see just how long it's taking. Like, look at that. This should take 10 seconds to eliminate you. That would have taken so long.
Dude, seriously, unbelievable play here. I mean, check this out. So you got 10 eliminations. I can't speak. 341 bills and 5,000 mats gathered. What does it feel like here? I mean,